Welcome back. Let's talk about what's taking place in the F&O space, because in just the last few minutes, we've seen a sharp turn on the downside for the markets. In fact, the Nifty is now just hovering around 18,300 mark, which is closer to the lower end of today's trading range. And the Nifty Bank as well has fallen below the 20-day moving average. In fact, the Nifty Bank as well as the mid-cap index, if you just take a look at all of them, is the mid-cap index which is mildly outperforming, and that outperformance too has narrowed. It's virtually breaking into the red as we speak, and that has given bears a fair amount of gusto, because 18,400 and 18,450 calls have seen a serious amount of writing, and these are options, remember, that expire tomorrow. So 18,400 call, almost a crore shares added in open interest for a 40 rupee premium, 18,450 call as well. What does this all imply? That, you know, today's high of the Nifty, 18,473, will be a stiff resistance, and above that we have the 20-day moving average, which has been acting as a stiff resistance already. There were some writers on the 18,400 put for a premium of 30 odd rupees, but that premium has now shot up to close to around 118 odd rupees, and that's telling you that, and the number of writers have come down as well. So that's telling you those people are unwinding their positions. Nifty Bank was the crucial index to watch out for. It was around the 20-day moving average for yesterday's trading session and today as well, but now it's broken below that. So the question is whether there will be some support here or not. The only index of the day that really stands out is the pharmaceutical. 8 out of the top 10 F&O gainers belong to the pharmaceutical pack. Highest open interest addition seen in a bunch of these pharmaceutical names, diagnostic slash pharmaceutical names. And then we do have, a lot of these other stocks also, the likes of Dr. Reddy's, Divi's Lab, as well as Aurobindo Pharma, seeing a fair amount of long addition. So that's what the F&O setup looks like, seeing a fresh bit of sell-off in the afternoon. What does that mean in terms of charts? Aditya, your thoughts?
Good afternoon, Mangalam. Thanks for the show. There is a bit of a profit booking, no doubt, and markets have entered into a narrow range. We are in the month of December anyways. December month usually is a narrow range trade month. So on the downside, 18,300 for the day clearly acts as an immediate support. If that is broken, we could test 18,200 to maybe 18,150 on the downside. As you mentioned, Bank Nifty is something which is dragging the markets lower, and that is something which investors should keep a very close eye on. 43,000 on the downside is the immediate support. If that is broken on the Bank Nifty, my sense is Bank Nifty could be in for a good, healthy 2 to 3% correction from current levels. Along with that, if you take a look at the VIX, past couple of days, VIX is also trying to make a move towards 14.5, 15 levels. That is the resistance zone. If the VIX starts to trade beyond 15.5 amidst the rising concerns of COVID and all, maybe markets could be in for a knee-jerk reaction, and you could see some bit of a profit booking on the indices as well.
Okay, Aditya, generally when this fear of COVID-19 rises, we see specific stocks gain. Case in point would be Metropolis today, the likes of Glenmark, maybe on the back of a diabetes launch. But nonetheless, that's the theme that generally plays out, pharmaceuticals, healthcare. How would you approach stocks such as those?
So definitely, there is a bit of a movement on the upside that we see. And today is the first day, in fact, that we are seeing this kind of an up move. I would still wait out for these stocks to show some more resilience and a continuation of the uptrend, and especially in the names like Dr. Lal Patla, Metropolis, or some of these pharmaceutical names like Sun Pharma, Glenmark Pharma. All these names are bouncing off pretty well from the lows, but I will still wait for a couple of more trading sessions to initiate fresh long positions in them. On the flip side, since market is a little on the weaker side, I could have a couple of sell recommendations. So Indian Hotel is something which is clearly looking weak at the moment. One could go ahead and initiate fresh shots for targets of 305 on the downside, and with a stop loss at 331 on the upside. Since I mentioned banking stocks are looking a little weak, and especially the private sector names, ICICI Bank is something which is looking weaker and can be shorted at current levels for targets of 860.65 on the downside, with a stop loss at 920 on the upside.
All right, Aditya, thank you so much for joining us, taking us through your technical picks and the outlook as well. With that, we'll slip into a short break. Up next is our special segment, Value Add. We'll be focusing on Jubilant Food. The stock is buzzing in trade today. We'll get you more details on this one after this short break.